What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Mees, the GM, coming to you live and direct from Temecula, California. I'm gonna get right to it. The Lakers are in trouble, y'all. They are in trouble, and for that matter, the NBA is in trouble. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm watching the game the other night, and it goes to overtime. I can't even remember who was playing. I'm not sure if it was Atlanta. I can't remember. If it ain't the Lakers, it's just on. Um, and I'm watching the game, and I noticed that in the overtime period, every single shot attempt that was thrown in the air was a 3 pointer. And I'm talking dribble, 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 3 point shot. Dribble, 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 3 point shot. Dribble, 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 step back, 3 point shot. And I'm watching this and I'm getting to a point I'm like, why isn't anybody saying anything? Like this is not basketball anymore. I don't understand. I'm confused. You know, I hear the end of the game, the post game, and I hear the losing coach is like, well, just a tough night. We just missed a lot of open shots. We couldn't. What? That's why nobody, the announcer, nobody addressed that every single shot attempt was a 3 pointer. That's not basketball. This is not basketball we're watching anymore, y'all. And it's bothering me. And I figured since don't nobody want to say anything, that's where I obviously come in. Okay. I don't know what I'm watching anymore on this floor. Now to transition that over to the Lakers. Frank Vogel just announced the other day, after another tough loss, that he feels we need to shoot more 3 pointers. And I swear I literally did a 360 spin. Not that he said that, but for the fact that nobody said anything about it. This is getting bad. Okay, now I understand that once the Golden State Warriors started winning, I know all these analytic gurus just lit up like, oh, so the three balls, where's that? So now we have 99% of the league change their entire systems to become like the Golden State Warriors pace and space small ball offense. The problem with that is you don't have the personnel to do that. So now you have a bunch of centers standing at the 3 point line, not rebounding, not guarding the paint, not backing nobody. When's the last time you seen a big man on big man rock 'em? I mean, just rock 'em. When's the last time you seen that? Come on, man. We got Anthony Davis standing at the 3 point line for entire possessions of. I'm sorry, I'm not mad that this is happening. I'm mad that nobody's saying anything. This is not basketball. All last year we had Dwight, Anthony Davis, and JaVale McGee. And our coach kept going small to match up with the other team as if you can't punish them down low. Like you have a size advantage. You have the Twin Tower effect. Punish them down low. Don't bring AD out to the 3 point. Let me explain something to y'all. I'm trying to keep myself cool. We have arguably one of the best passers in the history of basketball named LeBron James. We have arguably one of the best rolling, finishing big men in the history of the game who used to put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers in New Orleans in Anthony Davis. And you're telling me not one coach on the coaching staff, nobody in management sat back and was like, we could probably pick and roll teams to death and there's absolutely nothing they can do about it. That probably the most deadliest offensive weapon in the history of the sport is a LeBron and Anthony Davis consistent pick and roll attack. That would probably also increase our offensive efficiency and probably lead to us being one of the better scorers in this league, seeing that that's what we struggle with. But who am I? We also have a player named Kyle Kuzma who has been nothing but a phenomenal scorer since he's come into this league. He's the same player that dropped 41 points in 3 quarters against Detroit There's not many players in the history of the game that's done that. I think he should start. But who am I? He seems to average 20 points every time he does. In fact, going back to last year, when he finally started against Denver, I remember the entire big three dropped 25 points plus each, and he dropped 25 and hit the game winner. And the very next night, he was back on the bench. Now, I don't know what you need to do to remain a starter, but I think dropping 25 and hitting the game winner, that should do it. But it's just maze. I'm really confused. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I used to think this was a Frank Vogel issue, but when I'm looking around the entire NBA and I see everybody running the exact same system, I started to pull off a little bit on Frank. Like, okay, maybe a memo was sent that this is what we need to do across the board. Maybe the league had a meeting and said, we just want threes across the board. So everybody has followed suit. I'm starting to trend towards that. And the reason I'm trending towards that is because of a factor that I put in a totally other video, which is Lonzo Ball. And I won't go into too much detail. I'll save that for another time. But once Stan Van Gundy was hired in New Orleans, and the first thing that came out of his mouth was that I envisioned Lonzo as a 3-and-D player, I knew it was over. It's done. Not only is New Orleans done, they're not making the playoffs, but the NBA itself is done. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'll be more expansive on that in another video. I'll be quick on this point. Lonzo Ball, if you can go back and watch Lonzo Ball's Summer League videos, about a 10, 11, 12, 13-minute video, and just watch his Summer League highlights. Now, of course, everybody, Summer League, I don't care. I'm talking about his skill set. Once he was in college, everybody watching this kid put on a show compared him to nothing less than Jason Kidd, Magic Johnson, and Carter. That is what I saw with my eyes. I saw one of the greatest passers I've ever seen. Floor general, one of the best point guard defenders I've seen with my vision. Okay? He came into Summer League, put on a show. Kyle Kuzma was dunking lobs. The building was electric. That is why Magic drafted him. He is the type of player, as the assistant coach said, you just put the guys, give him the ball and put the guys around him and let him do his thing. That's Lonzo. He controls the show. He makes players better. You understand? There are rare gems in this league. He's one of them. He, from the day regular season started with the Lakers, not the first day. His first day he dropped, if I'm not mistaken, like 29 and 11, almost a triple-double. 29 points, 11 assists, some crazy numbers, right? After that, he was reeled back in and used as nothing more than a 3-and-D player in Luke Walton's system. I've been complaining about Luke Walton for so many. I'm sorry, I won't even go over it because I'm gonna start feeling some type of way about it. I'm gonna get to my point. The point is, Lonzo Ball is special when you're using him the way you're supposed to use him. And you're telling me nobody, from the president to the GM to the employee, has suggested to Stan Van Gundy, he's been known to be very similar to Jason Kidd. Maybe we should build the team around his skill set and put on a show. Nah. I'll use him as a 3-and-D player. The NBA's in trouble, y'all. At some point, we have to find our way and get back to basketball. Basic basketball. The Lakers should be leading the league in points and defense. This is the most stacked Laker team, arguably in the history of the Laker franchise. And they are not being used to their skill set. Anthony Davis is not a 3-point shooter. He should be closer to the basket. And I don't think that should be a controversial statement. You should be running a heavy pick and roll attack with LeBron and Anthony Davis, with Kuzma as your third wheel. Run plays for Kuz. He puts the ball in the hole. That increases your offensive efficiency. The second team should be Dennis Schroeder and Montrez, once again running a heavy pick and roll attack, which allows LeBron and Anthony Davis to sit their butts on the bench in the fourth quarter and laugh with ice packs on their knees. That's how you preserve them. You understand? This is my daily rant. I had to launch this channel because I just felt like nobody was doing anything or saying anything about it. I'm tired of what I'm seeing. I'm really tired of what I'm seeing, especially from Anthony Davis and LeBron. Not them specifically. I'm talking about from a coaching systematic approach. They're not being used correctly. And let me also add this last point. When you're using a big man at the 3-point line and he's dribbling through an entire offense to get to the basket, that adds wear and tear on his body and also opens him up for injuries. When you use him in a pick and roll system, all he has to do is catch the ball, shoot it, catch the ball, pass, or catch the ball and dunk, which is how he dominated in New Orleans. And for the fact that nobody on the coaching staff or in the organization looked at his footage and said, that's why he was dropping 45 and 18. We should probably utilize that system. For the fact that nobody has said anything is where your boy has to come. So if you won't hear from them, you'll hear from me. I'm out.